you're still above both Chelsea and United at this
Bro,
moment in
stop
time,
it, man.
Tobs.
Please. I
Have
know
you
we're
seen their
still
fixtures
above
coming
them.
up? Their fixtures coming up are mad though.
Stop
Don't-
it.
Who,
Just
me or Tatis?
stop.
No, them, United and Arsenal in the next few
God.
games.
No, but who's he telling to stop, me or you?
You. Just stop.
But hosting.
No, just stop being you, bro. Just stop.
Ah,
And this is with injuries. No Delap, no Palmer. Just
He's right. He's telling everyone to stop. I think I
You're
know
a
how
disgrace,
it goes.
man. Honestly, like I swear to God, it's too
Dude.
easy. It's too easy.
come
for you
on,
lot
man.
right now.
Hurry up
It's
and,
too easy.
hurry up and bite, man.
Too easy. It's too easy.
He's not internet ready. Okay. Telling you.
Oh my god.
what are you saying, man? You was about
I'm
to
just
say
saying,
something.
man. I'm listening to him and I'm watching his reaction, and I just wish he had this kind of. Do you remember at the mob when we saw the team's lineups? And I turned around to him and I said, "Can you explain this lineup to me? Because I don't think there's enough energy. I think he needs to shift a bit of his energy towards the manager, because we have picked up the manager and he's done a decent job. And you're right, they are where they are, fifth something, Tobs. And I know it's only 10 games and the table doesn't, it's a bit of a, it doesn't tell the whole picture. But that lineup stank of I'm still at Brentford, Thomas Frank, and doesn't know who he's playing, where he's playing, and what he needs to do. What's the project here? Because if he thinks he can get away with that lineup, set of players at Spurs, I think he's in for a shock. I think he will learn. I absolutely understand that you had injuries and you listed the whole list, like especially in the attack. But if you're missing players in attack, I think you go a bit braver. You pick younger players, you pick a braver formation, and I think the crowd will respect that more than pick the lineup that he started off with. Because Tobs, I did say to you, I turned around to you, and I know you said, no, I still think it's attacking. I said this lineup is especially that midfield setup is scary, scary settings. But apart from that, the performance, he's right. Everything Tobs right is the worst performance I think we've seen on the mob from one Big Six team. And it just so happens it turned out to be in the biggest derby for you lot, apart from the North London derby. This was the biggest game for you lot at home. I understand your frustrations and anger. It was so bad. It was unbelievable bad. And when you told, I think, who told us the XG? I think Matisse spotted it or someone in the chat.
I think maybe Tobs. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. We believed it. It was not as though we couldn't believe it. We believed it. It was shocking. And that goal they conceded, yeah, that was comedy hour of the highest nature. But I think Thomas Frank does need to reflect and think about that lineup and that formation that he played against Chelsea. Because you're right, Chelsea have been hit and miss, but you really should have taken the game to them. Instead, they came and toyed with you lot. And from a Chelsea point of view, boy, I don't think I've seen personally a better performance from an individual as Moises Caicedo this season. We've seen Arsenal's players put in brilliant performances. Liverpool at the start, maybe. Man City, Haaland. But in terms of me personally, Moises Caicedo owned every single bit of grass on that pitch, man. He was a man mountain. I know he's only 5'9" or something, but he was a man mountain. The best individual performance, Moises Caicedo. Round of applause, man. Round of applause. But Spurs, yeah, everything Toby says, I know how he feels. I was shocked with that performance. It was that bad. It's so bad.
I think with Thomas Frank though, yes, you're right. I think to be fair, you called the issues with the lineup, and Spurs fans have been calling issues with the lineup all season, right? And this is what I was trying to tell you, man, 2-3 weeks ago. But it's beyond the lineup. The issue with Frank is beyond the lineup. We could have played 10 strikers on the pitch and it wouldn't have made a difference to the game, because fundamentally it's about the instruction. What are you telling these players to do? I came here on Thursday and said I was positive heading into this game because I saw a difference against Newcastle. Against Chelsea, we completely abandoned all of that. Now, I hear where Saeed's coming from. Chelsea, locked down the midfield and obviously made it difficult for us to play through there. So Chelsea did their bit in disturbing our rhythm, but I did not see any bravery, any instruction, any drive to really play the ball in between the lines, play the ball with combinations, go at Chelsea in a different way beyond just shuffling it from left to right, playing around their block, giving it to Pedro Porro, and him just spamming the ball into nowhere. How many times did we see that in that game? How many times have I seen that with Spurs this season? We don't have any ideas whatsoever when it comes to keeping possession. We don't have any clue. It's literally just you're just relying on Kudus to do something off the cuff, or Pedro Porro to just spam a pass or cross into the box. We don't have anything off the cuff. I'm sorry, we don't have any repetitive like movements, patterns, combinations, different ways of getting at the opposition. That's why if we keep playing like this, we're going to slide down the table. So you can talk about the formation and the lineup, yeah, but my concern is the instruction. What is he telling these players, or better yet, what isn't he telling these players? Because I promise you, play Xavi Simons, play Tel, play Odegaard, play whoever. He made changes in the second half. Did we not see the same thing? He made changes that should work. You've got a left back now, natural. You've got a winger now. It should work, and yet we saw the same thing.
It was too late by then, Tobs. There was no
Yeah,
momentum.
but my point is,
the energy from the crowd wasn't there by then. Chelsea had dominated you into submission by then. You had absolutely
100. But then, is it not up to them? Is it not up to the manager to give different instructions?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah,
but funnily enough, everything you're saying about this the manager, I said 2 weeks ago, and you lot told me I can't say that. Oh, you're third in the league. You can't say that. I said it 2 weeks ago. It's not been all bad. We can talk about the defensive stability that he's given us, but we can also look at the other side of the coin. In possession, we are one of the worst teams in the league. Literally one of the worst teams in the league. Every single home performance I've watched, apart from Burnley, has been a disgrace. Every single one. In the Champions League, against Aston Villa, against Bournemouth, against Wolves. We were lucky to get a draw against Wolves at home. And now against Chelsea, every single home result has been disastrous. And even the away performances where we've won, outside of Man City, they have, and maybe the second half against Brighton, there haven't been many outstanding performances. We didn't play well against Leeds, but we created enough chances to win. We didn't play well against Everton, but we created enough chances to win. The method is most important. If the method does not work, we're going to slide down the table. End of discussion.
Where do you expect Tottenham to finish this season realistically?
I think we should be aiming for
with
anywhere
this squad
from
of players
fifth.
you've got.
And I think we should be aiming for anywhere between like fifth, sixth, and should be potentially, if we can get players back fit, I think we can give Chelsea a good go for fourth. I don't think there's much between those teams. I don't. I think Man City, Arsenal, Liverpool are going to be clear of the rest. I think Chelsea, Tottenham, Newcastle, Aston Villa, Bournemouth, like I think they're going to be in the mix for all of those spots with us.
I think the injuries will dictate that, guys. I think if they don't get their players back with that squad right now, you're I think you're stretching it, man. If you're saying,
but Grizz, you keep saying the injuries. It's not even like
Tobes, it is though. You're attacking a
but what I'm trying to say to you is it's getting to the point where I don't even have confidence that the injuries are going to remedy the situation, because what's the point in okay, cool, let's say Solanke is back.
Confidence in finishing above Chelsea, then I don't get it. It's twisted.
No, I'm talking about the tactics. I'm talking about the tactics. If he doesn't improve what we do in possession, even when players come back from injury, what's the point if you're not going to platform them properly?
Yeah, but Madison change a lot of your possession, a lot of your build-up, progress play. That's my point. Without Kulusevski, and I'm not even getting to the forwards yet, because Colin Mwani, you could tell, is not cooked yet. He's proper half-baked. But I thought he showed me a little bit, and I know Turkish was saying, no, you need to stop that. He's showing me something. But he just little glimpses. He was starved of things. But without Kulusevski and Madison, they're key, man, to your progression.
I'm not saying they're not key, but what I'm saying is it's all good and well saying we need players back. You're right, we do need players back, but most importantly, we need to see how you're going to use these players from now. We have no indication on how you're going to use these players from now. I couldn't tell you how he's going to use Kulusevski. I couldn't tell you how he's going to use Solanke because we're not seeing it now. That's the problem.
I think you're being harsh on him a little bit.
How
I
can
do.
you predict how he's going to use them if he doesn't have them available?
That's what I'm saying. I think you're being harsh on him a little bit. I feel like he's just come in after the season you had last year was terrible. Forget the cup. Forget that. The Premier League season you had last year was bad, really bad. And I feel like you're going to... if I'm a Tottenham fan, I'd expect a bit of a mixed bag in the first 10 games with him because he's inherited a lot of players from the previous manager. He's got his own standards and styles he wants to implement. He maybe hasn't got the personnel available to do exactly what he wants yet. So he's just sort of making it work for now. And at the minute, you're going to get a mixed bag of results with him. I just think you got to be patient with him. Don't think it benefits anyone if the fans get on his case. I think you got to be more realistic. If somebody said to you end of last season that next season you'll finish maybe, I don't know, in the top 8, you're probably going to take that. But last year you sat there and got slapped, battered, drilled every week off everyone, and it was right at the bottom of the league. So you've got to give him time. The guy you've got to be careful what you wish for with him. I can't see in a realm where fans are going to get on his case. You can't.
They already are.
I know, but they can't. I don't see it. After what you watched last season, you've got to give him time. He's got to be able to stand there.
Can I say something, please?
And then you can say, yeah, we gave you the tools, and the style of play you're playing isn't there. He might want to do a system, but you can't force players to do a system that can't play that system. So he's got to have another couple of transfer windows for me.
Listen, as I said, for me, it's not all down to Frank, because in the end of the day, there were 11 players in that football pitch who played disastrously. And fundamentally, there are some players in this team who literally are a hindrance to how we want to build. Like guys like Richarlison, Brennan Johnson, Benton, even Paulinho. Paulinho's been one of our best players this season, but he's not a passer. We knew that in the summer. We knew if you're buying this midfielder, you need to pair him against someone who's going to pass. So I'm not here sat saying Frank has got the perfect squad. Like, I can acknowledge that we've got gaps in our team, right? Especially with the injuries. But what I'm saying to you, Steve, is he was hired with a clear mandate to be adaptable. I'm not even demanding finish 4th. I'm not even demanding.
He was hired to improve your league form from what it was last season.
Yeah, but that's the mistake. I get it. You're judging us on last season, which is understandable. But what you need to realize,
and also your signings. Let's get it right. Let's just get it right out there. Kolo Muani, Javi Simmons, Kudos. They're not fucking fantastic signings. They're not signings. They're not good signings. Toby. They're not for the team that wants to go in the top 4. They're not. Before none of them three gets in any top 4 side. None of them,
bro.
But in your level, it might be good signings.
Who's the top 4?
Man City, Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea.
You don't think Kudus would start at Chelsea? Really? No. Is that what we're saying now?
Kudus. There's a reason Kudus played at West Ham, and there's a reason Kudus has gone to you. Because he's very inconsistent. This is what I'm trying to tell you about these players. We mentioned it the other week, Semenyo. Everyone gets gassed because Semenyo scores a worldie, yeah? When you come up against elite opposition, Semenyo, no, you do. You're a football man. You are a football. If you don't, well, no, in fact, you're not. Because I've seen you get gassed and start wanking over players as well out of one good game. But at the end of the day, yeah, these players take the step up, yeah? They take the step up. And once they take the step up, you look at him in a different light. It's all right being the main man at West Ham every week, getting the ball every 5 minutes, showing your match of the day, scoring these great goals. But when you're playing for an elite club and you've got to get back, defend, tuck in, play in the system, not always get your own way, not always get the ball, then players don't shine. And that's what people need to forget that.
Yeah, but you're sorry, I'm sorry, you're waffling now. Because if you're saying that and you've watched Kudus this season, you're waffling. That is a flat out lie. And I'm not even here to do the tit for tat thing. I'm asking you to stop talking about last season. You keep saying, oh, you finished 17th. There's a reason why we finished 17th. There's a reason why we finished 17th. And we've paid the consequence for that, and we've set out about rectifying that. Stop judging us on last season. If last season was the norm, Andrew would still have his job. He would still have his job. We'd still be talking about, oh, well, yeah, mate, Aussie rules football, but we're not talking about that. We're not talking about that because last year is a serial underperformance. It literally has never happened in our history in the Premier League. It's never happened. So you using that as a benchmark,
right?
you using that as a benchmark for any manager to come in is ridiculous.
That.
There's no way on earth. There's no way on earth you're actually trying to tell me I can't talk about the manager because we finished 17th last year.
No, right.
That can't be what you're telling me right now.
You've gone around the world here, right? So you the thing is with you make a point. It takes you 45 minutes to make a point. It takes me.
No, you just did the same thing.
No, I didn't.
You just did the same thing.
And you've gone off on another rant. If we all let you speak now, it'll be 40 minutes before you get your answer out.
Nah, bro. You just did the same
Right?
thing.
Look at the level of Tottenham. Hold on a minute. Look at Tottenham's squad. Yeah. Solanke. Was he a good signing? Richarlison. Was he a good signing? Yeah. Bissouma. Was he a good signing? You see what all these signings are? These are signings that nobody else wants. These are bum players that do exactly what I told you Semenyo does. They have a good season and Tottenham go and sign them.
Bro,
Tottenham will go and sign Semenyo and he'll end up exactly the fucking same as Richarlison and Solanke and all that shite. This is why Tottenham are shite. Ndombele was the man. Ndombele was the man.
Just listen to what you're saying. I honestly couldn't care. I honestly couldn't care what you say about these players. I don't even rate some of them as well. But my point is this: you cannot justify 3 shots at home against Chelsea. You cannot justify 5 shots at home against Bournemouth. You can't justify it. So you can tell me how shit all of these players are, but when I'm seeing teams with lesser quality playing better with the ball, your point just goes away. It literally disappears. Nobody's asking Frank to be Houdini. Nobody's asking Frank to go and even smack up these teams. We're literally asking for shots. Are you really telling me we need Messi, we need Ronaldinho, we need Neymar, Ousmane Dembele to generate more than 3 shots at home? If that's what you're telling me, then we're in serious problems.
But your tone is like even the other day, bro. Your tone isn't what it should be for where you are. I get the performance; it's right about that. I get the bro. You're 2 points off second, bro.
I don't care. You're not listening to what I'm saying. I don't care if I'm 2 points off second. The method is what's most important. It's the same shit you're saying now. It's the same bullshit that they said with Conte and Nuno. Our eyes don't deceive us. The football is not good. We are not good in open play. If we continue to play like this, we're not going to beat teams.
He's 12 games in. He's 12 games in.
Yes, we are 9 games in or 10 games in. And I'm literally saying, Frank, thank you for the good defensive stability, but you need to get someone to coach us better in possession. If you don't do that, we're going to slide down the table.
You should have signed better.
There's no mistake about it. We've got Liverpool coming up in a few weeks. We've got Arsenal coming up in a few weeks. We got Man United next week. We got Champions League, bro. We're going to slide down the table if these performances continue. What are you even saying here? If we play the same way we did against Chelsea, against Man United, they're going to beat us. If we play the same way against you, you're going to smoke us. What the fuck are you lot talking about?
Yeah, but what are you talking about? Though, you played Everton away and won. You played Man City away and won. It's what I said. It's a mixed bag of results. You're going to get that with a new manager and a new team. You can't just expect Thomas Frank to walk in, right, play this beautiful system that you and the Spurs fans expect him to play and march all the way at the Champions League and everything be happy ever after you finish 17th.
Who's asking for that? Who has asked for that?
That's what you're sounding like.
No, it's not. I'm
asking for free. I'm asking beautiful football. You're all entertained and you go and finish 5th.
What the hell are you talking about?
Look at the quality of players in your team. Look at the quality of players in your team. You're going to come up against better teams and get slapped. You're going to come up against lesser teams and win.
That's the problem. We're not coming up against. We're not getting slapped by better teams.
Chelsea are better than you.
You're not hearing. Wolves, they're the worst team in the league. They came to our ground and should have beaten us. What the fuck are you talking about?
Chelsea are better than you.
What are you talking about? The worst team in the league came to our ground and outplayed us with the ball.
That can happen. You're Tottenham. Like, I'm not even trying to be disrespectful.
Now explain it for Villarreal.
You're Tottenham. Next.
Go on.
I'm just trying to since Pochettino
for Thomas Frank to win 10 out of 10 games.
Since Pochettino, when have you been consistent?
Ideas in possession, so we avoid games like Chelsea where we're having 3 shots at home. 0.05 xG. That is the lowest xG that's been recorded, brother. In how many years?
Maybe he's working on the defense.
Are you skunked? A man are telling me, oh, you're asking for too much. Are you crazy?
He might be working on the defense.
If we played like that against you at the Etihad, you would have wiped the floor with us.
Stop shouting at him. Listen to him.
He might be.
No, I'm
working on
not
the
shouting
defense
at
first.
him.
He's
I'm
not- he
telling him
doesn't
the
listen.
truth.
You don't have many
Because you men
games.
are hard of hearing.
You don't have many
No,
days
we're
between
hearing, bro.
games to train as well. That's what you have to remember. You're in 4 comps. You got some injuries,
Mate,
right? You got a lot of
this is
injuries.
the-
You got a light
listen,
squad,
this is the job
and
that he
there's
signed
a
up
lack
for.
of yeah, it is.
This
But
is
you
the
need to
job that he
understand
signed up
he's
for.
used to
I
working.
appreciate
He's used to working with
that he
players
hasn't
all week
got his
long,
full
and he has
complement available. But unfortunately, brother, you are not giving us a reason to turn at the club. You're
Okay.
not giving us a reason to turn at the
Just-
club because we're seeing these turgid performances.
Yeah,
It's
but
like-
you want a reason in 10 like is he the genie in a lamp or something? Like, would you? I don't get it, bro. Like,
You know what? Let's move on. Let's move on. I didn't realize you need to be a genie in the lamp to muster up more than 3 shots at home.
To please Tottenham fans, I think you do. I think
3
you
shots
do,
at
because
home.
I don't think
You think
That can happen in any game. That can
you
happen
might
in
be
any game.
you might be the
Impossible.
hardest to please on the panel. And
Let's move on,
and
man. Let's move on.
like, I
Let's
don't
move
get
on.
it. How can you act bougie and you're eating biscuits
Let's
your
move
whole
on.
life? Like, it doesn't
Bro,
make
let's
sense,
move on, man.
bro.
Let's move on,
Can't-
please.
Bro,
please,
they
please.
haven't been consistent since
Please.
Poch.
Bro,
Since Poch.
he keeps on talking about last year's position. Where Frank has them now after 10 games is generally Tottenham's position on
I
average.
didn't talk
if you
about
take-
last year's position. Steve did.
No, but you kept
I don't give
no,
a
but
shit
you kept
about
on
last year's
dwelling on
position.
that. And my point is, there's no Tottenham are around where they should be.
You're not
Right.
listening to what I'm saying. I have no issues with where we are. I have an issue with where we're going to be if we continue playing like this. What part of that are you not getting?
Okay,
I-
so
I'm
you're
so
you're
confused.
preempting. Your
What part of
emotions
that
are
are
all
you
over
not
the gap.
getting?
Huh?
What part of that are you not getting? There's
I
no
didn't hear-
issue with
I
where
didn't
we
hear
are
you.
now. It's where we're
He
going to
sees
be
the
in
future, man. He sees the
4,
future. So
5,
you
6
know,
weeks time.
he's ahead of his
Stop
time.
lying and pretending like
man.
what you're watching is sustainable. It's not.
But I think you need to exercise some patience, genuinely.
Let's
I
move
do.
on, man, please.
And when you've never okay.
That's
Let's
mad.
move on.
Even Unk's so shocked he said 3 words and he hasn't even started eating yet. So I don't know what's going on. But yeah,
It's
let's do
mad.
super chats.
No, I just very quickly just to end it. Look, and I think patience. I know Matisse saying it with a bit of sinisterness in his voice, like to tell Toby patience, yeah. But you do. You look. Me personally, if I was a Spurs fan and I'd be on the big 6 right now and trying to defend it, I would literally try to bite my tongue and bite my lip, or bite my tongue, whichever the phrase is. Wait until my injured players come back, and then have an assessment of how he's setting you up and how he's playing with you. Because yesterday we can call it a one-off because I haven't watched Spurs religiously this season, so I don't know how he's playing you lot. Because by the sounds of it, by the sounds of your tone, every game's a bit of a shit show in terms of build-up play and everything else, right?
Yes.
So okay, I get that. mate. I
Literally
get
every game.
But that's why I'm saying until he gets his players back, and then if he's still picking Bentancur, Palinia, Sarr, and who's the other guy that went off?
He's picked
Bergwijn.
Bentancur, Palinia all season. What's going to change when Kulusevski's back?
But I've just named 4. I've just named 4 in essence central midfielders.
That was Sarr's
Chris.
first start. That was Sarr's first start in the league in like 2 months.
Who are the build-up players in their team?
That's what I'm saying. None of them. Matisse,
None of
as soon as I saw that lineup, I said, "This is
None of them can dictate a game. None of them
None
can
of them.
drop in and start playing line breakers. So who in that midfield do you have that you have on the books is going to go in that midfield and start running games? Because I don't see anybody. I see
told you
box
this in the
box
summer.
runners. Right. So what are we expecting from Frank? Is he meant to develop or change the attributes of the midfielders that he
Matisse.
has?
No. Matisse.
Pauline has always passed sideways his whole
Yeah.
career.
But
He's not gonna change now.
But guess who decided to greenlight that move and play Palinia in every single league game? We
defensive
heard when he took
solidarity.
the job. We heard when he took the job to not take a risk. This is his quote. To not take a risk is a risk in itself. We know Tottenham Hotspur. The same reasons why I cuss Daniel Levy every season, and I'll end it on this, right? We wanted a ball playing midfielder. Man were telling me about Morgan Gibbs. I couldn't give a shit about Morgan Gibbs. I wanted a ball playing midfielder for a reason. We didn't get it. Cool. You have what you have. You need to coach a way where we can at least see these players attempting these passes. If they don't make it, they don't make it. Then we don't blame you. But we see the same thing every single week. Every week. Give it to Porro. Spam crosses, spam passes. Give it to Kudus.
Porro's trying
gets
to
shut down,
Porro's trying to
there's
break the
nothing
line. He's trying to do the line breakers. The
Yeah,
line
but Porro
breakers that you're
isn't the only one who can break lines. Romero can break lines. Mickey van der Ven
He
has
was on the
broken
bench.
lines.
He was on the
Destiny
bench.
can run. Like we've got young wingers like Bergvall's there, Archie Gray's there. Like there's options to try. They're not perfect options, but
Yeah, but that's my
try
point,
something
Tobs. He
else.
should have picked a more adventurous team with those players that you mentioned. If the if your first team attackers are out, okay, then pick the next batch. Don't not pick the next batch and instead pick 2 midfielders instead. That was my point only. The rest, whatever you say,
When
Ray's injured, Bergvall was concussed.
When Simmons is this poor and this like he's not acclimatized, right? He's not acclimatized.
Yeah.
He's still needs to get physical. That's your creative hub. That's your 10,
Yeah.
right? You're gonna lose a lot of chance creation, especially when you have a flat midfield. And,
But
and the
Matisse,
thing is
he's not
that your
even getting.
wingers,
He's not even getting the ball most games.
because your midfield is flat.
Exactly. You're right.
Yeah, but again, like I said, I don't see the profiles in your squad that are going to make a massive difference. So what he's doing is he's going for defensive solidarity, so you guys can be airtight and not concede loads of goals.
But we are conceding chances.
I hear that, but I'm not
problem.
looking. I'm not looking at your front line, and I'm not thinking, oh yeah, Tell, Odebert, and
Only we've
Richarlison.
conceded
This is
less
a
in
real.
the league.
It's real clinical. This front line. Wow, what a front line to put all your eggs into the basket and really go attack minded with these incredible attackers that you have. No,
That's not how football.
your attackers are dead.
That's not how football works, and you know it, bro.
Bro, you've conceded. He just said you've got one of the best defensive records in the league. So you're going to give Thomas Frank. You're going to give Thomas Frank credit for that? No,
I already did.
Good.
I've said it. I've said it multiple times today. I already have. But that's one half of the game.
It's 10 games.
We've had 10
Yeah,
games.
and
You wanted to master both sides of the game with shit attackers and
Injuries.
Because
Heritage.
we're going round in circles. Let's move on, please.
and you're clearly missing profiles, and you know it.